YouTube fam, it's your girl Leah back again with another video. In today's video, as you can see from the title, it's just my top 10 with a bonus Freetress hair that I've tried. So I'm ranking every Freetress hair that I've tried from the worst, or not really the worst because they're not really terrible, I'd say Freetress hair on the line, all the way to the best and my favorite hair. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, you guys know I'm focusing primarily on Black owned or Black supported brands, uplifting them in my future videos, but I realized there's a lot of videos that I owe you guys that I said that I was going to make that I didn't deliver on. So I'm going to close that chapter and record those videos so that going forward we can uplift Black voices or uplift those who uplift Black voices. But with Freetress is definitely an OG on my channel. You guys know, if you're familiar with my channel, it's the first ever crochet hair I tried, first ever video that I ever made on this channel, first ever hair that I saw that was crochet. I probably saw crochet hair all the time, but it's the first time I associated crochet hair with a brand. And the first ever hair was, of course, that Freetress Bohemian braid, but the first ever hair I tried was that Freetress Deep Twist. So Freetress has been very much so a part of my life for quite some time, 4 years now. So of course I've tried a plethora throughout my journey, and today we're going to be talking about the hair that I've tried, rating them again, I'd say from the bottom to top, but it's not really the worst hair ever. If you guys ever watch my ranking videos, you guys know the Freetress hair isn't the last hair on my list. So without further ado, let's just get into it. And the last hair on this list, hair number, like I said, there's a bonus on this list, so I'll say hair number 11 is that Freetress Cozy Deep hair. Now, hair, again, that wasn't terrible, but that hair definitely required a lot of maintenance. If you guys know me, you guys know I'm all about low maintenance or no maintenance type hair. And again, hair that require a little oomph, a little bit of something done to them, are typically hairs that are not my favorite. So although it was a very beautiful hair, and I have to say that hair looked so beautiful, it definitely takes a little bit of effort. And again, if you're somebody who's willing to put in that effort and looking at the hair and seeing the beauty of that hair and saying, hey, I'm willing to work with this, I think you're going to really enjoy Freetress Cozy Deep. But for me, again, and it might be because I wore it kind of long, it just wasn't my favorite hair. And of course, there are 10 other hair on this list that I think are better suited if you're looking for something lower maintenance and looking for something that's kind of easy to deal with. And in the same vein, the next hair on this list, number 10, Freetress Aruba Curl, another hair that you're going to have to put a little bit of work into. Now, it looks very similar to another hair on this list, Freetress Deep Twist, and I almost think that they have discontinued Aruba Curl, so sorry if they discontinued it and it's on this list. I'll only focus on it very briefly, just because, again, it is another high maintenance hair that very much so tangled a lot, very beautiful, but if you want, again, a little bit lower of a maintenance of a style, I'd say definitely go with the Deep Twist over that Aruba Curl hair. The Aruba Curl, I think, would work perfectly fine if you're doing some kind of tree braids, micro braids, invisible braids type situation, but if you're wearing it as a loose crochet hair, it might not be the best hair. And again, I'm gonna get questions, oh, is this hair water friendly? Even if it's on the lower scale of my list, I always get questions when a hair is like number 10 or 11 on a list. They're like, well, is it a water friendly hair? If I don't like it on land, it's not a hair that I think is gonna work below the sea. Now, the next hair, number 9, is a more personal preference to me on why I didn't like it, but I know a lot of people will, and it's that Freetress Ringlet Wand Curl. Now, as you see me sitting here right now, you see me with kind of a longer setting of a hair. You guys who follow me know I do like a little bit longer of a hair. I'll do maybe a 10-inch. It'll take a lot out of me to get in love with a 10-inch, but 12, 14, 16 is really my jammy jam. And if a hair is synthetic and works long for me, I'm always going to go up for it. But the thing about Freetress Ringlet Wand is that it is a short hair. It gives me a Shirley Temple Orphan Annie feel. You guys know when I put in a short hair, I don't feel like myself. And I don't care how many people give me compliments or say, I like that look on you, or it looks really good on you. If I can't wear it with confidence and I don't feel my best in it, I'm never going to, go up for it. And I think that's why Freetress Ringlet Wand falls where it falls. I think Freetress has a Miracle Curl, which is a little bit longer, which if I ever had the chance to try, I'm sure I would have liked that because it's a little bit longer, but it's probably in the same vein as Freetress Ringlet Wand fun and the feel of it, but my opinion probably was going to change because it's longer. I think my feelings toward that hair was really because it's a shorter hair, but for my audience out there who does like that 8-inch shorter hairstyle, I think you're going to really like the Freetress ringlet wand, because there was nothing overtly bad about that hair. I think it's a hair that you're definitely going to want to keep shine on, so apply some braid sheen spray or Hawaiian silky on it, because it can get a sense of dryness to it or look a little bit drier the longer you wear it. And again, I know it's faux hair. I got a lot of comments. It can't be dry. It's not real hair, but you guys know what I mean. It can have a dry look about it if you do wear it for quite some time. But again, that can be alleviated with some Hawaiian silky, with some braid sheen spray. It can kind of revitalize it. And I know a lot of people out there are those kind of 8-inch short curl type people who like that look. And I would say Freetress ringlet wand might be for you. And the next hair, again, was the bonus hair that I talked about. It's not specifically Freetress, but it's made by Shake and Go, who's a company who owns Freetress. When they make a human hair kind under the Shake and Go, they don't put it under Freetress because Freetress is reserved for synthetic. They put it under Naked or Saga. So Naked and Saga are their crochet hair lines or brands or names when it's human hair. So the Naked 100% loose deep hair was a hair that I tried. It makes the list kind of lower for me, and you're probably like, it's a human hair. How can it, what should be number one? Because it's human hair. Everything else you're saying is synthetic. It pains me to put it at this number simply because there's a few things for me. For one, you guys know I had a time hiding those knots. It was a little bit stressful hiding those knots, quite honestly. Again, I get why it's there. I get why they have those little loops at the top. If you know what I'm talking about, if you saw my install video, the hair has those little loops at the top for kind of security. Tough time hiding those. Number two, it's the fact that I have to curl it. I have to put some kind of heat to it. I have to manipulate it after a while just because it's human hair. Human hair, unlike synthetic hair looks the same every single day. You know, this hair is going to look the same every single day. I'm somebody who wants to look the same every single day. I don't want to wake up in the morning and put effort into anything. When it comes to my hair, I put effort into my, makeup and my clothing, but hair is the last step for me, and you have to put some effort into that hair because it's human hair. So of course it needs to be curled, or it needs to be flat ironed. It needs to be something. And again, I don't have heating tools like that because I don't use them for my human hair, and I try mainly synthetic hair. So I gave away all my heating tools. I had to, renege and get some of them back when I had that hair. And the next thing I'll say is that Dalva hair. As much as it pains me, because you guys know I hate Ebony Line with a passion, that hair is distributed solely through Ebony Line. That Dalva hair, way cheaper, way better in my opinion. Way cheaper, way better. So if you're going to get a human hair, just get that Dalva hair. No, that's not 100% human hair, but to me it held a curl way better than the human hair for some odd reason. And it was way cheaper. What, $12.99 a pack as opposed to what, $39.99 a pack if you only go at the 10 inches? Like, come on now. So that's why it ranks where it does for me. And again, the next hair I'm going to talk about is another hair that's the more recent try for me. But it's that Hipster Lock, Wrap and Lock Hipster Lock by Freetress. That was a hair that I did the individual lock method for. Just thinking about the install of that just pains me because it took so much to install that hair. It was an 8-hour ordeal. You guys should know I'm lazy. Again, going back, I think there's a theme going on right now. I don't like spending a lot of time doing things and doing my hair. 8 hours. I wore it for 7 weeks, so I got a lot of wear out of it, but the install process was a lot. The tape down process was a lot. Cut some of my real hair through the process, and I think the thing about it, overall, if you watch my review video, I liked it. It wasn't a bad hair, but I think something that I forgot to put into the video, I had it on my list, I didn't talk about it during my final thoughts, was that, do I like the rugged look? I talk about it week 1. Do I like the rugged lock look, or do I like the kind of, smooth lock look? And overall, I think week 1 I landed on I like the roughness. I think at the end of the day, I like a smoother lock. I like a lock that's a little less hipstery. I like a smoother lock. I don't know. It's just my personal preference on a lock. So I like that Janet collection Havana Mambo way better than I do that hipster lock. It's just a personal preference in terms of the ruggedness. But some people do like the ruggedness of some locks. And that lock may be for you if you're willing to do that. And if you're willing to do maybe a front individual and cornrow the rest of your hair, smoother transition, smoother probably takedown process. You won't have to deal with anything like I had to deal with, but overall, not a terrible hair. And again, a lot of these hair aren't terrible hair. It's just personal preference for me. So now we're getting to the phase where we're getting to some hairs that are hard for me to choose. Hard for me to choose. Now, number 6, the Freetress Go-Go Curl hair. Like that hair. Like the hair. Again, these hair is very hard to choose just because some are so similar. Freetress Go-Go Curl, probably one of the first hair on the line that Freetress released. I think they didn't used to have such an extensive line of crochet hair. I think you had your deep twist, bohemian braid, and Go-Go Curl, and Presto Curl. And now they've expanded a lot more, of course. But Go-Go Curl, probably the most watched, I think, individual standalone video on my channel. It was a great hair, really comparable to that Alstray Bohemian Curl, which I've tried in the past and I really did love. Really liked Go-Go Curl. Nothing bad I can really say about that hair. And same goes for my number 5 hair, the Freetress Deep Twist hair. Again, the OG, the only hair I've tried on this channel 2 times. The hair that got me started with this game, the hair that I went on my cruise with, the hair that I swam in multiple times and still lasted the way it did. Love that Freetress Deep Twist hair. Again, it's a better option to me than if you're going to get that Freetress Aruba Curl hair. Just get Deep Twist. It is a medium maintenance hair, so it's not a low maintenance hair. You're not getting a low maintenance style with Freetress Deep Twist, but it's a higher maintenance hair that I'm willing to put the effort in because it looks so good and it was so water resistant. Now the next hair, Freetress Beach Curl. You guys' favorite hair. My audience's favorite hair. You guys love that hair. It has to be probably the most fan favorite hair that I've ever tried on my channel. I liked that hair a lot. Again, it's a hair I didn't go up for as hard as you guys have gone up for it, but Freetress Beach Curl, very much so. Great pattern. Definitely distinctive than the Go-Go Curl and Presto Curl in the sense that it's a kind of a smaller curl. Those curls, Presto and Go-Go, I get a lot of questions. What's the difference? Because they do look so similar. They do look so similar. But Beach Curl, I can always tell a difference between that because it's a little bit of a smaller curl. I want to say it's tighter, but it might be the same tightness. It's just a smaller curl. So if you curled your hair, you know, yourself, you can use a 1-inch barrel or you can use like a 3/4 inch barrel. So that's the difference between that Freetress Beach Curl. Again, a hair that you guys love in the water, love for active situations. You guys just overall love that hair. So if there was a fan favorite, most valuable hair, the folks have voted for hair, it's definitely that Freetress Beach Curl hair. Now the next hair, Freetress Water Wave. I want to put Freetress Bohemian Braid in that same category. So number 2 and 3, Freetress Water Wave and Bohemian Braid. If you guys made me choose one, I would say Bohemian Braid, but I don't even know for what reason because they're both so similar of a curl. Like they're so similar. Bohemian may be a smidge, and I mean a smidge tighter. Like, I mean, they were in that manufacturing facility and they were like just a wee bit tighter, just a wee bit tighter. That's the only difference. Both, I think, active friendly, water friendly hair. You're gonna get some weeks of wear out of that hair. No worries, no frills, very natural looking. I think you can't go wrong with either of those hair. And then last but not least, I had to look back on this hair because I love this hair. I love this hair. Now, looking back, like when I rewatch videos, I'm like, it was 3 years ago. So of course, tried so much since then, but my heart was in that video. That Freetress Presto Curl video, my heart was in it. Your girl was dedicated to that hair. I made a whole separate maintenance video because that hair looked so good and I couldn't understand why. Like, what was I doing differently with that Freetress Presto Curl? It's the video that I get so many comments on to this day, again, 3 years later, that I'm racking my brain on what they're talking about. Like, you said this, and I'm like, dang it, I gotta go back and watch this video, hear what I said. But it's probably the video I've watched over and over again since the fact, because again, it's a hair that's readily available. I think it's in a lot of stores. It just worked really well. It looked consistently the same. I can look at my first day, look at the last day, and again, it's not a hair that is low maintenance because I believe I had to put some mousse in that hair. I did have to do some detangling and all that, but again, it's a hair that the color, everything looked right, everything looked so good in that Freetress Presto Curl video. So again, those have been my top Freetress hair. Now, again, like I said at the top of this video, focusing on Black owned and Black supported brands going forward. And again, I don't think Freetress is a bad Shake and Go, the parent company. I don't think they're a bad brand. You guys know I've been very vocal about how I feel about a lot of these brands, the Outrays and Sensationals. I can definitely say Shake and Go has always been a brand that has treated me well. You know, they were the first brand who really reached out, and when I told them like my fear fee, or not my fee, but I told them the fee for making a video. They came back and said, okay, we'll do that. You know, there was not a lot of negotiation, not a lot of pushback like there is with other brands. And again, I'm not somebody who gives you astronomical numbers. I give you what's fair, and they gave me what was fair back. So I can definitely say it's a brand who definitely on a content creator level has been very much so communicative to me. The one caveat that makes me scared for them, or makes me, you know, put them in the category that are they fully Black supported, is again, a lot of Black store owners, a lot of Black beauty supply store owners have come out and said they make it super hard for us to get accounts. They make it super hard for us to get accounts, and we would love to carry them in stores. And a lot of customers come in our stores and be like, hey, let's get the Saga, the Freetresses, the Q, the Milky Ways, and we don't have it because Shake and Go makes it so hard for Black store owners to get a contract where they don't in the same way, you know, Korean or Asian owned companies. And again, there are a plethora, a thread of people who have said the same story, so that makes it hard for me to support them going forward. Now, again, if something changes, if I walk into a Black beauty supply store and I start seeing, you know, oh, okay, they do have some Freetress. I do have 4 on my list that I want to visit locally. But if I go to all 4, which are in different corners of the county, and I don't see any Freetress, then no, I can't, because I need to support a brand that is in stores where, 1, people who look like me own it, and 2, people like me shop at. Because again, Shake and Go is a brand that solely promotes to Black people. I believe they need to make sure they support our community like other brands. And when I say Black supported brands, I mean like Rasta Free. Rasta Free, I used to call it Rasta Free, and I've been corrected by you guys. Thank you so much. Rasta Free has been vocal about their Black support even before everything that's been going on in 2020. They've been vocal in 2019. Whenever I started following them on Instagram, I again thought they were Black owned just from the construct of them. Like, they were just so out there, just so supportive in the community, like so much so that I was like, oh, they're a Black owned company. I just can't get a hold of them because they're primarily on the West Coast. But then one of you guys reached out to me and said, oh no, they got a Black creative director. They got Black people who work in the business. And the same can't be said for Shake and Go. I've looked up them on LinkedIn. I've saw some group photos, and I didn't really see a lot of us in the group photos. I didn't see any of us, quite frankly, in the group photos. So not to say they don't have Black people working there, but I can say Rasta Free has shown that. They've even done a slideshow in their Instagram stories. That's where I've seen the most Black support, because I follow their Instagram stories, is I saw them show every Black store owner who has them on their shelves, their own Black store shelves. So again, when I say Black supported brands, I'm going to try more of them. I have a Black owned company in my head right now, but I'm going to switch and do a lot of, you know, pack here, because I want you to find stuff in stores, not just have to order stuff online. But also I want to shout out my Black women out here doing their thing. And so if you want to see the review on this hair, you want to catch and know what hair I have in, and to see the rest of the hair that I try on my Black supported, Black owned journey, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Make sure you have that notification bell on as well too, so you don't miss a thing that I do over here, because I think I do some great things. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Lia Lavon 89 so you can keep up with me in real time, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Damilohun, tell me what you want.